Thank you so much, everyone, for having us here tonight, and thank you to the Hall of Fame for recognizing us this year. My name is Becky Mitten, and I am the music director of the Brockville Lions Steel Band since 2011. And as a former band member myself, having joined when I was only 11 years old, the band has been a second home for me for over half my life. So the Steel Band, like they were saying, kind of began as an idea between Dave Mitchell and Reg Francis, who were both members of the Brockville Lions Club. They had the York Steel Band come for the Riverfest Parade in 1995, and after putting on a small performance for the Lions Club, Dave turned to Reg and said, "This is exactly what we need in Brockville for our youth. A free and totally unique opportunity for our youth." So the York Steel Band actually came back from Toronto to kind of run a workshop for about 40 youth, and once they did that, it really convinced the Brockville Lions Club in order to fund the purchasing of the equipment and the drums to actually start a band here in town. So after a lot of back and forth, a lot of support from community sponsors, from parent volunteers, from the Lions Club, the Steel Band began in the February of 1996. So over the last almost 30 years, we have had hundreds, and I mean hundreds, of youth come through the Steel Band. We've traveled across Ontario, we've been to Newfoundland, Northern New York State, Chicago, and about 5 or 6 years ago, we actually had the opportunity to go to Virginia Beach to participate in an international pan festival, which was amazing. We have played lots of different types of music. We play anything from calypso to pop hits to kind of very niche things like the Hockey Night in Canada theme for local hockey games. And we've, of course, known very well for our Santa Claus parades. That's by far our busiest time of year. Played weddings, events such as the Multicultural Festival here in town, and we've also hosted some workshops ourselves just to kind of introduce the drums to other people who are interested. But of course, all of this is reliant upon our volunteers and our executives and things like that, because we couldn't do any of this without them. And because of this, we have actually been able, for the last 30 years, to keep this program absolutely free of cost for our youth in town. They have not had to pay a single thing to be a part of this awesome. So 14 years ago, I came back to Brockville after being away for university, and I was approached by the Steel Band, wondering if I wanted to buy one of my old drums, and I was like, why? And they said, we're having a hard time finding someone to teach the band, and we're thinking that we're just going to have to close our doors. And I was like, well, let me just kind of maybe help out for a couple of months while you find someone qualified to teach the Steel Band. And joke's on me, because here I still am, showing up every Wednesday and Sunday to run our band practices, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It is just, I can't even describe the feeling it is to watch these kids forge friendships, create memories, and grow confidence through music, just like how I did when I was in the band. So I just want to take one more minute and thank our current executive, the people who are the glue to our band, because we could not do this without them. So first off, I want to address Mary Copel. So she has been with the band pretty much since day one. She was our bus driver who got us to all of our performances, literally never missing a single performance for over 20 years. And then after that, she became our treasurer, secretary, and now is our managing director. So she is the one who kind of orchestrates everything, and we could not do it without her. So thank you so much, Mary, for coming. Next, I want to say thank you to Spencer McCrae. So Spencer McCrae was actually one of my first band students. He joined the Steel Band when he was just 9 years old, and actually aged out of the Steel Band when he graduated from high school. He went off to do some post-secondary education, and then came back and was like, hey, how can I help? So he has been our equipment manager. He drives our truck and pulls our floats and our trailers and maneuvers in ways that you would not want me doing that. And so we owe him so much because we absolutely could not do our performances without him. So thank you so much. And then lastly, there's my mother, Jane. So she has been involved clearly since I was in the band at 11 years old, driving me to practices and then eventually joining the executive. So she's always been the one to order uniforms, she's helped run fundraisers, and acted as our band nurse, and we absolutely needed that, especially when we're working with metal on the regular. And she's always been my biggest supporter, and I couldn't have done this without her, so thank you. So thank you again for this recognition, and we look forward to making music for you for many years to come.